Hello, everybody. It's been a minute. Um, how is everybody doing? I hope everyone has had a great, blessful day, being safe as well. Um, I wanted to speak on a subject about you're not shelf material, and I want to tell you why I said that. You have a lot of people out here that puts a lot of stuff on hold, like um like they have that option. Only way they have that option if you allow them to have that option of putting you on hold. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not guilty of that. I am too. And that's all out of the lack of love for someone. But you're not shelf material to be put on the shelf, like put on the shelf. And they use you until they're ready to use you, until they're ready for you. You have to know your worth as a woman and a man. Don't never allow no one to put you on the shelf and hold on and wait on them. Because one, if a person want to be with you, they'll be with you. I don't care where they are, what they doing. If they busy, they're gonna make preparations to talk to you. If they, I don't, it don't matter where they are in life, whether they here, near, or far. A person gonna make it their business to be with you. And we got it bad with when we love somebody, we got it bad with giving them the benefit of the doubt. That's because a lot of us always see potential in people. We see potential in people. That's what holds us to people. Is because we see potential in people. Um, but I don't care what you do, you gonna know if a person is really, really for you. But remember, you got narcissists out there now. You have to know when you run into one of those. Um, but people can say anything with their mouth, but until you see them match up with them actions, that's the only way you're gonna know. But if their mouth say one thing and the action shows something different, then something ain't right. 9 times out of 10, it's some lies somewhere. It's some deceit somewhere. I'm this type. I if a person, and the reason why I'm speaking on this because y'all, it's you can it can mess you up a little. But if a person is interested in you, don't ever allow a person, don't ever allow a person to set you on a shelf and have you waiting on them. When all the time they're telling you they want to be with you, they want you in their life, they want to make you their wife, or they want the lady want a husband. But every time you turn around, it's a wait. It's a wait. It's a wait. It's always an excuse. It's always an excuse. Pay attention to those actions, y'all. If a person keep making excuses to be with you, 9 times out of 10, it's something ain't right with that situation. It's something missing. That's a person that wants you to sit and wait on them. When 9 times out of 10, you have other options. But because your heart resides with this person and you listening to this person, a lot of times we don't pay attention to because we are so blinded by the word love. You might be a genuine person that loves unconditionally and love hard. Because when you run into a person that loves unconditionally and love hard, they try to see no fault. They tries to they tries to see all the good and ignore the signs. Because a lot of times you be so in love, you don't pay attention to the signs. But a person only does what you allow them to do. They do as much as you allow them to do, and allow them to do. If you got it in their head that okay, um, some of them take it for granted too, because some of them don't take that as an opportunity. If you sit and you tell somebody, okay, you love them, they say they love you, you tell them, okay, I'm gonna wait on you. That 6 months turn into a year turn into a year and a half turn into 2 years, 2 years turn, and it keep on growing. That's because you allowing them to let you sit on the shelf and wait on them. But the sad part about it is when you get tired of waiting and you go to them and try to talk to them and explain to them and try to figure out where you stand in their life, then you become the bad person, because you living your life and you happy and you doing your thing while I'm sitting on the shelf. I'm sitting on the shelf waiting on you, but you still living. You still doing your thing. You know, but when that person, when you become the bad person when you go to question where you stand. But I'm going to tell you something about that. Don't feel bad. Don't ever feel bad about questioning where you stand in nobody's life. Because don't nobody want to be on pins and needles. Don't nobody want to be questioning where they stand in somebody's life. Either you solid or you ain't. You got some selfish ones out there too that know their intentions with that person that they got sitting on the shelf is not to be with them. But as long as they feel like they can feed into them, feed into their mind, and feed them things that they think they want to hear, to hold them there on that shelf long as they can, they will do it. And in the end, they knew their intentions wasn't to be with you in the first place. But I feel like if a person's intentions is not to be with somebody, and they still living their life, doing their thing, happy, jolly-go-lucky, why won't you take that person off that shelf? Let them live their life if your intentions ain't to be with them. Because 9 times out of 10, like I said, if a person want to be with you, I don't care what. If a person really wants to be with you, they'll be with you. You shouldn't have to question them. You shouldn't have to ask them. You shouldn't have to even feel you wouldn't feel no type of negativity in that situation, because they're going to make it their business to let you know, and they're going to show you they want to be with you, not just say it. Not just say it. Then I'm going to tell you something else. You sitting on that shelf and you waiting and you waiting. See, a lot of people think that they're the only person that's around in this world when they're not. Because the same way that person hollered at you and got you, it's the people out here doing the same thing. It's a repeat. The only difference is you became a lot of people don't understand that you actually is an option. Because 9 times out of 10, that person probably could have been somewhere else. But because of the I don't understand why men feel like they have to, men especially, you got some women out there too, feel like they have to lie and flatter you to win you. And another thing that I hear a lot now, sex. Let me get on this subject here about this part here, this sex thing. Men, grown men, so I'm going to change that, supposedly grown men. Because a grown man mentality don't think like that. If you feel that it's going to take sex, that you need to have, you need sex, good sex, penis size, and a little money to get a woman, you might need to check yourself. You might need to check that woman too. Because if that's what it took to get you, it won't be easy to, it won't be hard to lose you. It won't be hard for them to go to somebody else. Because once you slack up on any money, their penis don't work like it used to. The same thing she saw in you, she gonna go look for somebody else. The same way y'all men are. A lot of men and a lot of women. Everybody's not the same. I'm saying some of them. But if you allow someone in your life, supposedly be in your life, to sit you on the shelf, you ain't no shelf material. You a woman. You a queen. You a king. Don't allow nobody to set you on the shelf and wait on them. It's too many. Not saying that a person won't the other people that's chasing them, because everybody chase you ain't genuine. But you have to put it out there. If a person is sitting waiting on you, don't ever think they sitting waiting on you because they love you and they want to be with you. But don't ever think there's no other options. It's other options. It's a privilege they chose you. And if a person allow you to let them sit on the shelf, that's actually a person that care, because they allowed you to let them sit on the shelf. Because of that, the average person that don't care, I'll tell you in a minute, you finna set me on no shelf. I'm going out, please. I'm finna be with somebody that want to be with me. But I'm gonna tell you, if they sit on the shelf long enough, that's what they're gonna start thinking. You keep ignoring them. That's all you got to do. Keep ignoring them. And then when you lose them, you can't blame nobody but yourself. Because they gave you every opportunity to get it right. So when they get ready, when they get tired of sitting on that shelf, collecting dust, waiting on you, don't get mad when somebody come and sweep them off their feet. Don't get mad. You can't blame them. You can't blame nobody but yourself, because 9 times out of 10, at the end of the day, you won't do it for them. You won't do it for them. And don't say you will, because I know you won't. Because a lot of people, a lot of things you ask somebody to do for you, you won't do it for them. Prime example, tell me how many men out there that will sit themselves on a shelf for a woman. I'll wait. But you got a lot of women that let the man sit them on the shelf and wait on them. Ain't many men gonna do that. But they want a woman to do that. But they want to be called kings, though. One thing, like I said earlier, one thing you need to know: if a person intentions is good for you and they really want to be with you, they're gonna make it happen. They're gonna make it happen. They're not gonna put you on the shelf and make you wait. That's selfish. That's very selfish, especially when their intentions is not to be with you in the first place. That's selfish. Very selfish. Just like you out there enjoying your life and living your life and having your fun, tell that person to get off that shelf and go live their life. Because if you don't and you keep letting them sit up there on that shelf, they will eventually, because they're going to get tired of waiting on a hopeless situation. They're going to get tired. They're human. Because I know for a fact, a man will walk out of a relationship just like that. Like it's nothing. Like that person never meant nothing to him. A woman is a strong being. She really is. Y'all quick to say we emotional creatures, but we can withstand we can withstand so much more than a man. Because a lot of things men put out, they can't take. A lot of things men do, they can't take from a woman. So yeah, we might be emotional creatures, but we some strong beings because we put up with a lot and still maintain. But as soon as we turn and do some of the same stuff to a man, like I said, a man will walk out of a relationship like it's nothing. But don't never allow nobody to sit you on a shelf and wait on them till when they're ready. And then to see that shelf material, it don't do nothing but open up some thoughts like, why am I waiting? At first, it may seem all happy and dandy, but after a while, it wears and it tears, just like clothes, cars, wear and tear. Just like materialistic stuff, wear and tear. It wears and tears on the mind. After a while, you get to thinking, what am I waiting for? I've been waiting here so long. What am I waiting for? Is this person what this person trying to do, trying to choose to see which one they want to be with? Or it opens up a lot of thoughts in that person's head that's sitting on that shelf. Because especially when there's no reassurance, there's no, and then, and another thing, when there's no, let me finish this. When there's no reassurance and there's no, this and lack of communication, no dating, no dates, no nothing, that leaves that person. That opens the door to a lot of questions. Then when they get to asking questions, then you got a problem with it. Come on. And another thing, when a person switch up on you, when they change lanes on you, when a person goes from everyday community, everyday conversations, I'm talking about everyday conversations with you. I'm talking about this one that's sitting on that shelf now. When they go from everyday conversation with you, see, that's gaslighting. That's gaslighting. That's to get you. I'm talking on a narcissist now. Once a narcissist knows that they have you, that they know that you love them, that's when the mask fall off. They go from communicative, when they be so communicating every day, to every other day, to maybe once a week, to have to see, it's a lot. What I'm gonna speak on this part here. What men fail to understand: when a woman comes into a man's life, she treats him the way she wants to be treated. After over a period of time, then she becomes the person how you treat her. How you treat her is her reaction to how she acts with you. So when you know you ain't doing something right and you know you opening up doors to questions, don't get mad when she asks you questions. Don't get mad when somebody asks you questions, because that part that go for both men and women. Don't get mad when people go to questioning you. Only person you can go to and ask the question is why? Yourself. Yourself. You can't blame nobody but yourself. But nobody deserves to be set on a shelf and wait on nobody. Yeah, at first they probably feel like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, he or she, they got potentials. They seem to be genuine. But if that person, they're just like a can. Let me tell you, it's like food. Let me tell you. You can set a can of food in the cabinet on the shelf for so long before it go bad. You can say for instance, you know meat belongs in the refrigerator, in the freezer. The freezer's supposed to preserve that meat. But if it stays in that freezer too long, it can get frostbitten. And then it be ruined. Why would you want to set a human on the shelf? Why? When you know your intentions ain't good to be with them. Just tell them the truth. And a lot of people, a lot of people can't take the truth, but a lot of them, I promise you, I really believe they would rather for you to tell them the truth than to lead them on. I know I'm one of them. Tell me the truth, because you better believe I'm going to tell you. Because I need to know where I stand in your life. I need to know my place in your life. So no human deserves to be set on a shelf like a can of food, or in the top of a freezer, or in a freezer like a pack of meat, and wait on nobody. Because if somebody wants to be with you, they'll be with you. They won't keep saying what they're going to do. They're going to put it in motion and they're going to put it in action. So don't be that selfish to lead a person on. It's not good to be that selfish to lead a person on, making them feel and think that you're going to be with them, and you know your intentions ain't to be with them, and they sitting on that shelf waiting on you. Humans are not made to be sitting on the shelf waiting on nobody. Because if your intentions is good for that person, you'll be with them. You wouldn't be making excuses after excuse after excuse. And the whole time you're making excuses, they still sitting there. But like I said, you set food on the shelf so long, it'll go bad. It's got a date on it. It's got an expiration date. I don't care how you put it. It's an expiration date on pretty much everything, including you. So why would you allow someone to sit on the shelf and wait on you when you know your intentions ain't good for them? Because like I said, I know for a fact, a lot of y'all ain't going to let nobody set you on the shelf, especially a man. He ain't going to sit on the shelf for nobody. Let a man say he wants a particular woman and this woman tell him to wait on her. Watch how, man, that man going to be gone before you know it. But they want a woman to do it. They want a woman to sit on the shelf. They want a woman to sit on the shelf for them. I mean, don't be afraid. I'm this type. A lot of them do that because they're afraid, because they know better. They know better, especially when they know what they got. They know what they're dealing with. They know what they got. And a lot of them don't. They'll let you sit there and sit there and sit there. Nobody else, because they're going to keep you in the loop. They're going to keep gaslighting you, make you feel good. They're going to keep doing that so they can see, make sure you're still there on that shelf waiting on them. Then once they get tired, they're going to do nothing but go to another supply. And another thing, I had somebody to switch up on me. Y'all, but that's another topic. I'm talking about the shelf part now. I'll talk about the other subject on another one. But men, I'm speaking precisely to the men now. Don't ever think for once that if you got a woman in your corner, that you can handle her any kind of way just because you know she there. Just because I noticed that a lot of men get comfortable with, I know she ain't going nowhere. I got her, she ain't going nowhere. And you tend to treat her differently because you know that she's not going nowhere. Don't underestimate the woman, because she's human. She get tired too, just like you do. Because I know for a fact, a lot of things, like I said before, a lot of things that a woman does for a man to keep him around, a man ain't gonna do it. He go and chase his options. When that woman holds on to him, it's a privilege, because you better believe she got options too, but she chose you. And the only thing you can do is set her on a shelf and make her wait. That's selfish. That is so selfish, guys. Would you sit on the shelf and wait on her? Hell no. You won't. I ain't seen a man yet that'll sit on the shelf like a man wants a woman to sit on the shelf and wait on her, wait on him. I ain't seen a man sit on the shelf and wait on a woman yet. Then when she go to question it, then it's a problem. She the bad person. Women, let me tell y'all something. If y'all one of the ones sitting and waiting, like you sitting on a shelf waiting on somebody, waiting on a man to see what he want to do with you, you better open your eyes. Go to asking questions. If he get mad, oh well. You want to know. The only way you gonna know is you gonna have to ask questions, or you gonna just sit there. So in order to know, ask questions. Yeah, you gonna have some that gonna say you this and you negative this and why you ask that. You become the bad person. But I'm gonna tell you, when you become the bad person by asking questions like that to certain men or people, you better believe you're dealing with 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with a narcissist. 9 times out of 10. If they turn around and make you out to be the bad person or put you to blame for everything, then 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with a narcissist. And they hell and high fire, baby. So don't allow yourself to be put on a shelf so long waiting on somebody to get it, to find out what they want to do. Especially, you can pass, I'm going to tell you, and not knowing that if their intentions is good for you, because I'm going to tell you what's going to hurt you in the end. You done allowed yourself to sit on that shelf for so long for that one particular person. And in the end, that person walk away. But you done turned down so many that could have been your husband. Because 9 times out of 10, you want to be married. You might want to be married. Some of you do and some of you don't. But 9 times out of 10, that's what's going to hurt you. That's going to hurt you to the foot. I'm telling you, it's going to hurt you to your soul. Because you allowed that person to let you sit on that shelf and wait on them. And in the end, their intentions weren't good. They moved on. When you don't turn down so many waiting on that one particular person to be destroyed in the end. And you could have been, the first thought you could have been passed up the one man God really had for you. You could have been passed up your husband. You could have been passed up your life. I'm just telling you. And that's selfish of a man. That's why I said that is selfish of a man to do a woman like that, but you got them out there. This is realistic life. Selfish men. You got them. They out here. They'll have you waiting your life away, knowing damn well their intentions ain't to do nothing with you. Because like I said, I'm going to say this to the end, and I'm a firm believer, and I'm sure a lot of y'all will agree. If a person really wants you in their life, I don't care if they near or far, you'll be there physically. You'll be there. They're going to make preparations. They're going to put in effort. They're going to do whatever they can to get you where they are. Or they're going to get to where you are. That's the truth. They ain't going to make excuses after excuse, after excuse, after excuse. So don't allow a man to put you on a shelf for too long to be destroyed in the end. Because you got some of them selfish ones out there. You can even have somebody in your corner that you thought that was in your corner can destroy you. But don't allow nobody to put you on the shelf and wait on them when their intentions, you don't know if their intentions is good or not. Before, I'm gonna tell you, to know that is number one, they shouldn't even let you sit on the shelf and wait on them. Because like I said, and I say this to the end, this world don't revolve around one person. 9 times out of 10, she had options. She have options, but it's a privilege she chose that one particular person. And the only thing he could do is set her on the shelf like a piece of meat, or set on in the freezer like a piece of meat, or set on the shelf like a canned food or a canned fruit. All that stuff got an expiration date. So don't get mad when she get tired of sitting. When you had every opportunity to be with her, but you chose everything and everybody else but her. You left her sitting and waiting and collecting dust while you living your best life. You forgot about her. So don't get mad when she go to questioning why she's on this shelf. Because like I said, it's very selfish of you to even allow her to sit on the shelf, because if your intentions is good for her, you will be with her. And like I said, a lot of men ain't going to let no woman set him on no shelf and wait on her. He's not going to do it. But a man is quick to set a woman up there. That's why I say a woman, y'all say women are emotional creatures. We are, but we are some strong beings, because a lot of stuff we bear, y'all couldn't take it. Y'all couldn't take a lot of stuff that we bear. And you can't. Because that's why I say, I know for a fact, ain't no man alive going to allow a woman to let him sit on the shelf and wait on her. But because a woman's being, her love is so genuine and so strong toward that man, she will allow him to let her sit there sometimes, a little time, and then wait on him. But after a while, like I told you, everything has an expiration date, including you. That's selfish of you, especially when you know your intentions ain't to be with that woman. Set her free. So you don't want to set her free because you already know what type of woman. That's how I tell you know what type of woman she is, and you know the next man gonna do, probably the next one that she get with probably gonna be the best thing ever happened to her, and you know it'll never be you again. That's why a lot of y'all hold on to those kind of women, because you know that them strong being women that's willing to stand in that person's corner. They willing to sit there and wait, but it's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna take. She gonna get tired, but like I told you, ladies. If you sitting and waiting on any man, and you done sat there long enough, and you got questions pop up in your mind of why, what's going on, why am I still here? He say he want me. He say he want to marry me. He say he want to be with me. But every time you make an effort or you try to do something, it's always excuses. Every time you turn around, it's excuses. Excuse after excuse. Question him. He get mad, oh well. Anger answers a question. Silence answers a question. It's an answer. Know that. Anger is an answer, and silence is definitely an answer. Don't ever be afraid to question why you sitting on that shelf. Why you waiting, and why am I still waiting on you? What are you doing? Why am I still waiting? I don't have to be here. Question them. Like I say, they get mad. Oh, well. Because, baby, I'm going to say this, and I can't say it enough. Ain't damn man alive, not one man alive, going to allow you to let him sit on the shelf and wait on you. Humans are not made to be sitting on a shelf waiting on nobody. Because if a person is genuinely for you and wants you in their life, they're going to make preparations, like I said. They're going to make effort, and they're going to make it happen. They ain't going to just talk about it. They're going to be about it. You shouldn't have to beg nobody to be in your life. You shouldn't have to beg nobody to spend no time with you. You shouldn't have to do that. I was told the other day about I was told one day that I was talking old, like like old school. Um, I'm gonna tell y'all something about old school. Old school was the best school. The reason why I say that is because old school understood values. Old school knew how to value something. But you got a lot of middle-aged people now. I don't consider them as old school. A lot of them. You got a lot of middle-aged people now that like I said, I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. I'm gonna stick with my old school values. I value my old school values because that's when people really did care. People that base a relationship on sex, is your sex good? If your sex good, I'm gonna stay with you. If you take care of me, I'm gonna stay with you. If you buy me this, I'm gonna stay with you. Relationships weren't based on that. Now it's all about big penis, good coochie, money. It's all about what you can get out of a person materialistically and sexually now. People don't even make love to your mind no more. They don't even try to do that no more. I don't even hear people say about making love or nothing now no more. All I hear is about effing or just sex. You don't hear intimacy. It's all about busting a nut. But me, I was told I talk old. I talk old. That's old. Might be. And if you can't match that energy, kick rocks. Because I'm looking for a lifetime, not temporary. But you got a lot of mid-aged cats now, a lot of mid-aged guys, and a lot of older guys now living this new generation. Let them have it. See, old generations knew how to respect and value who they had in their life. New generation don't. This new society stuff that's going on, they don't value. They don't know how to. People don't even know what love. People, this new stuff that's going on, even understand the word love no more. Love ain't even in a lot of relationships with the new stuff. It's not even in a lot of relationships no more. I told her that's why I said what's putting a relationship together nowadays is sex. Cause I hear so much about I can get her. I got a big thing between my legs. That's all she wants. And then I can hear women say, I know I can get him. I got I just sit there and be like, really? These people really do exist. You want a relationship based on that? If you want a relationship based on sex, how big your penis is or how good your coochie is, what's going to happen when it go bad? If it took that, and I'm going to say this to the end, if it took a big dingaling, good coochie, if I'm going to start with a bit, if it took a big dingaling and some money to get that woman, when that dingaling go limp, because it's going, you better believe that's unless you're going to be popping Viagra, and you better be careful with that because that's going to bust your heart. When it go limp and that money go shady, she gone. Men, if you looking for if women, if it took your coochie to pull him, because you got good coochie, and what you could do for him as far as materialistically, once that coochie don't feel the same to him, and that materialistic stuff stop, guess what? He gonna go on to the next. So that's why I say people nowadays base their relationships on nothing. Yes, it's a part. Sex is a part of a relationship, but don't let it be the reason for the relationship. Don't allow nobody to let you sit on the shelf and wait on them till they get their stuff together. Especially if you wait a long time. What you ask them what I'm waiting for. If it ain't gonna happen, if we ain't gonna be together, if this ain't finna happen as I speak, and I know I've been sitting on this, I'm just saying, and you've been sitting on that shelf forever, and you start questioning and you say, look, if you ain't gonna be with me, let's end this now. I'm not finna waste no more of my time. If your intentions ain't good with me, then you need to move about. Get out the way. Don't play. Like I said, they're going to call you. They probably going to call you negative. They're going to put all the blame on you. They're going to say they probably going to say you like to argue, or, you always, it's going to be something negative said. But don't ever feel bad about questioning why you still sitting on that shelf waiting on somebody. Okay. Before I close this out, I want to thank y'all for listening. To the men, if your intentions ain't good with a woman, don't have her sitting waiting on you. Tell her the truth. Move out the doorway, blocking traffic. Move. Don't make her sit there just because she love you, and you don't have any plans to be with her. Don't make her sit, because you will meet your karma doing that. And women, don't ever allow yourself. It's okay to wait in the beginning if they showing now. I'm not saying talking, telling. I said showing you that they want to be in your life. But when it come a time that you sitting and you waiting too long, start questioning. If they get mad, that's an answer. If they silent, that's an answer. Don't allow yourself to be put on hold for nobody that say they want to be with you. Because if they want to be with you, they'll make effort. They'll make plans. They will make it happen. They will put it in action. Y'all will be together. Questions. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe.